Hello there, this is Learn with Ceri and I'm going to share some solutions, tips and tricks for Band 4's Quest 3. I hope the quest went well for you. You're over halfway through stage 1 of the competition now and I'm sure you're becoming more confident and fingers crossed those scores are going up too. Let's have a look at questions 6, 9 and 10 of the latest challenge. Here we go. Question 6. What is the missing number shown with a question mark? This may have caught a few people out. Usually a puzzle like this is an addition pyramid. But if you add the two blocks below, 12 and 10, you get 22, not 23. What about the next row down? 8 and 6 and 7. So our 8 add 6 is 14, add another 7, that makes 21. So maybe there is a pattern, 23, 22, 21. Let's see what this one adds up to. So we've got 9 and another 9 makes 18 and an extra 2. So we've got 20. Aha! Let's double check this one. 12 add 6 gives us 18. 17, 18. So we need our total to equal 19. So far we've got 7 and 7, which makes 14. So we need to know what we add to 14 to make 19. So our final answer is 5. There we go. So it wasn't quite the usual addition pyramid, but now you know you can spot some extra patterns within there as well. Let's have a look at another one. Professor Piper provides piccolo and percussion lessons. A piccolo lesson costs $37 and a percussion lesson costs $43. If a student needs to rent a piccolo, it costs $23 for the entire year. It costs $87 to rent percussion instruments for the entire year. Last year, Professor Piper provided 24 piccolo lessons and 28 percussion lessons. 4 of the piccolo students rented a piccolo and 8 of the percussion students rented a percussion equipment. How much money did Professor Piper make? I don't know about you, but I noticed that the units were 3s and 7s and they make 10. So I'm thinking there's going to be a quick way, a nice way to solve this problem. First, let's make a little bit of space on the screen. Let's have a think about the piccolo first. So if we imagine that the 4 students that were renting the piccolos paid for that rental on their first lesson, and then all of the other lessons are standard lesson rate. So we need to calculate what 4 lots of, so for those 4 people, they need to pay their rental and their lesson. Now the rent plus lesson is going to be 37 plus the extra 23, which is a nice quick add because of this 7, add 3. So 7 and 3 is 10, 30 and 20 is 50. So it's $60. So let's imagine that those first 4 lessons for those pupils, that costs $60. And then after that, all the other piccolo lessons are all a rate of $37. And there's 24 lessons altogether. So 20 lessons are at 37. So the reason I've done this is because it's actually much easier calculation now. You've got 4 lots of 60, so 4 6s are 24 times 10, and 20 times 37, so double 37 is going to be 74, plus your times 10 there, because it wasn't double, it was times 20. So from the piccolo lessons and rental, Professor Piper is going to make $980. And let's go for the same with the percussion. So the rental plus a lesson There you go. There's your nice 7 and 3 again, 43 and 87. So the 7 and so 80 and 40, 120, 7 and 3 is an extra 10. So we're trying to do those things in our heads because obviously you're against the clock in your quest. So let's have a look at that. There was 8 students who rented. So we've got 8 lots of 130. And there were 28 lessons altogether. So the other 20 lessons are standard lesson rate, which is 43. So those numbers are a bit easier to work with. 8 times 100, 800. 8 times 30, 8 threes are 24 with an extra times 10 there. So 800 and 240 is 1040. And then 20 times 43, so we need to double our 43 and times by 10, so 86, 860. And so that total income is 4 add 6 makes 10, 1,900. So Professor Piper's percussion lessons makes 1,900 and 980. Maybe I should have added 2,000 and taken off 100, but there we go. 2,880 is our final answer for that question. Question 10, the chess competition. There are 7 chess teams. They're competing against each other. The competition starts with handshakes all around. Every 2 players who are not on the same team shake hands once. Members of the same team do not shake hands with each other. If each team has 3 players, how many handshakes take place in total? Oof, that's a lot of tricky little bits there. They're really trying to catch you out with some extra steps. Let's have a think. First, I also quite like to imagine the scenario taking place. So I'm imagining a competition in a hall with tables with chess sets set out ready, and all the teams are standing in their threes, and they're not going to shake hands with their own team. They're only going to shake hands with everybody else. So there are going to be, let's have a look, there's 7 teams of 3, so that's 21 players in the room, but they are only going to shake hands with the other 6 teams, so that's each person shakes hands with 18 other people. Now there's a little bit here as well, isn't there, to catch you out potentially. Let's imagine somebody from team 1 is called Aggie, and Aggie is shaking hands with somebody in team 2, Dina. So Aggie is going to shake hands with 18 people. Person B is going to shake hands with 18 people. C is going to shake hands with 18 people. But when we get to person D from team 2, Dina has already shaken hands with Aggie. So Aggie shakes hands with Dina is the same as Dina shakes hands with Aggie. So every handshake, if we think of 21 players making 18 handshakes, but every handshake happens twice. You might have calculated 21 times 18. You might remember doing that calculation, which is fine. You do need that. You could work from that, but you're going to need to halve that answer. So what will save you some time is if you do 21 times 9, because that is going to be 21 times 10. Take off a 21. So you might be able to do that in your head. So take off the 20, 190, take off another 1, 189. And that is actually the final answer already. So there's a little tip and trick for you there. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So do the divide by 2 before you do the multiplication, and you get 189 handshakes. Okay, I hope that's helpful. It's really good to look for those shortcuts, because I know that the time is short, isn't it? And you're racing through them. I really hope you've enjoyed this week's quest, and good luck for quest 4. I hope to see you all again soon. I'll have a look at those questions on quest 4 and see if I can find some more tips and tricks for you, and shortcuts, and any way at all to try and help you be that little smidgen more successful. Good luck, guys. Take care. Bye.